All right. Hey guys, welcome back. Virgos, I released a Virgo video for you early this morning. It was really specific. So I'm going to do a bonus for you guys today and just see where it goes because it was such a precise message on that one. So we have got a strength card. So strong Leo. We have the Seven of Swords and we have the Page of Wands. Right out of the gate, it looks like we may have possibly a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius who's hiding out, spying, and they're either hoping that Virgo doesn't have a relationship with somebody else, but kind of scared that Virgo does, or they're hiding their attraction for Virgo. What are you? They have a very strong pull toward Virgo, right? What is it that why are you lying? Because it looks like you're lying about the attraction. Wheel of Fortune, they're hiding and lying from themselves. The fact that it's time to, either speak clearly or make their intentions known. Queen of Wands, hang on. Ace of Wands, Knight of Coins. Who is Virgo in all this? Hang on. I'm confused right now if they're hiding the fact that it's time for them to either gravitate toward Virgo. I said, who is Virgo in all this? And Virgo comes across as, well, either the King of Swords or the person who's on the King of Swords mind. And only because of them holding all the swords here at the beginning, I'm a little inclined to say that Virgo is heavily on a King of Swords mind. And I think in this scenario, Virgo is the Queen of Wands, the one who stays. So the kings are really thoughtful. They keep stuff on their mind. I would interpret this, I think, unless we see something else. Right now, this looks pretty strong. Like Virgo is a person on the King of Swords mind. What do you want with Virgo? Nine of Cups, Justice, World, and Four of Cups. And they all came out together and sideways. So I gotta say, I'm gonna stick with my original interpretation here. It appears that somebody has they're like drenched in Virgo's energy. And Virgo could come across, maybe Virgo is a Leo-Virgo cusper, since we do have strong Leo here, and it looks like Virgo comes out as the Queen of Wands. But we see this person who is lying to themselves about how much they want Virgo, and all I can say is, even though they know that it's time that they go talk to Virgo. They know this. They know they're passionate about Virgo. They know that it might take time still for them to get Virgo to warm up to them. If this is really where they want to be, then why lie about it? Why hide it from themselves? Because their attraction to Virgo is massive, but they keep trying to lie and be like, not really. It's not that intense, but it is, because you're spying on Virgo all the freaking time in this. They seem to have Virgo so heavy on their mind, and what they'd like, so weird. It's like they wish they could just be free of this whole thing with Virgo, but they can't be, because they can never walk away from the memory of, if they mess things up with Virgo. By the way, they could be a Capricorn, they could be a Libra, most likely more leaning toward the Libra side, simply because they came across as a King of Swords, so Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. But they have this, they can't forget this. They can't have a new beginning, because every road leads them back to thinking about Virgo. I feel like this person obsesses about Virgo, obsesses about what went wrong, their regrets about Virgo. All of this feels like they wish they could just say, I wish I had never met Virgo. My God, I wish I could just deny to myself that I'm crazy about Virgo. I wish I could just lie and say that I don't feel a thing. But Virgo is like, I'm saturated in Virgo's energy. And now more than ever, universe, why would now more than ever be the right time for them to just acknowledge this and do something about it? We have the Judgment card. Maybe if they reached out to Virgo right about now, Virgo would be amenable to getting back together with them, or at least talking to them, or allowing them to make something right. But as long as this person keeps fighting any truth in themselves, I don't see how it could be the right time for them when they don't seem able to admit to themselves. Is that it, King of Swords? Although he's upright, saying, I know I wish that I could just be happy alone, but I'll never be happy alone because I can't let this thing go. What happened with me and Virgo? I'll never get over it. I'll never get over Virgo. I'll never let this thing go. This is all messed up and I can't have it be all messed up because I can't move on. God, I wish I could. I wish I could just be single and be happy and forget Virgo, but I can't. So maybe maybe that's why it's the right time, because the lies aren't working. They can't hide this from themselves. Let me look again. Yeah, okay. So 8 of Wands. So I didn't realize that's what we were seeing here. This is a character who's, we'll say the King of Swords is completely, like, all their defenses have come down, all the shields have come down, all the lies that they used to be able to tell themselves about how this didn't matter, Virgo wasn't their person, or it didn't matter that everything got botched with Virgo. All of that, it's no longer something that they can hide from themselves. Also, I don't think this person has attraction for anybody but Virgo, as much as they try to act like it's not really like I only think about Virgo or could only ever love Virgo, right? I just haven't met anybody else. That's all. And I'm like, yeah, for how long? They are very connected to Virgo. And I don't know why you'd ever try to run from somebody that you obviously think the world of, somebody that you want so much, somebody that everything went to hell in a handbasket, and that's not the way you wanted this to go. This Virgo is a person that they're passionate about, even if it takes time to try to work things out with Virgo. I think that they finally have reached that point where all the lies in the world that they've tried to tell themselves, it doesn't work anymore. They just want Virgo. They've tried being happy without Virgo. They wish that they could do that. But in truth, they're never going to meet anybody other than Virgo. And at least not in this story. And they are the ones saying this. That's not me making the big decree. That's them saying it in this fictional story. So let me get another message here on that 8 of Wands. So at this point, you got to speak up is what it looks like. At this point, they have to speak up. 9 of Swords. They're actually freaking out also about, does Virgo sense that I'm spying on them? Or will Virgo not want to see me? Will I stress Virgo out if I approach? Does Virgo already know? It's like they're scared for Virgo to know that they want to approach, but on the other hand, they're scared about when they approach, what will that seem like to Virgo? We got the 6 of Wands. They're afraid of Virgo's reaction because they want so much for it to be like, they want to see either the light in Virgo's eyes when Virgo looks at them and says, I'm so happy to see you. They want to still hope that Virgo sees them as a soulmate and that Virgo would be happy to see their face again. What do you think happened with that Justice card character? What went wrong? High Priestess. Okay, so hang on, because there's something that was either hidden and Virgo picked up on it anyway. We have the Sun. It wasn't hidden very much at all. In fact, I don't get it. This only looks beautiful so far. 7 of Cups. Maybe despite how good things were, maybe it was like they were hiding the fact that even when they were at their happiest with Virgo, they were still acting like they weren't sure. Ooh, Queen of Swords sideways. Hold up. Had they hidden either another relationship that either wasn't fully over, or they hid something about their karmic and they didn't know how to tell Virgo, even though they knew that it would have to come out and be very crystal clear? I mean, we have a matched pair, even though she's halfway karmic. Magician sideways. And this can be a bit of a snake oil salesman when our magician isn't fully just like manifesting the best stuff. They instead try to get what they want, even if they don't really have the ability to do that in an honorable way. So this is starting to look like he may have fudged the books a little bit, or it was like, the thing that went so wrong here is that I wasn't transparent. I hid from Virgo something that I clearly should have explained to Virgo, which was either that my life is not, like, I don't know exactly how to organize my life right now because I actually kind of still have somebody else in my world. I kind of should have said that. I don't know what I'm going to do with things, Virgo. Seven of Pentacles, because it's going to take me time to sort things out. So they were not clear and free of drama in their life. Somehow, some way, they had a situation that was going to take time for them to actually get beyond, and they didn't tell Virgo that. Even though, and I'm thinking that that really ruined this connection. And if that ruined the connection and they have all this regret, why didn't I just tell Virgo everything from the beginning? I should have just, so that one concealment of something that absolutely would have impacted Virgo, that absolutely needed to be said with crystal clarity. The fact that they didn't do that, that tarnished this whole thing. And I'm wondering, did that cost them the relationship with Virgo then? Is that what happened here? Did Virgo actually walk away because something was hidden? Or yeah, Three of Swords. Wait, so did Virgo find out what whatever this was that was concealed, or Ace of Cups? Page of Swords. I do kind of think Virgo must have been paying real close attention to them because Virgo loved them. And Virgo decided, you're playing games. You're a Knight of Wands. I can't help. If you loved me, you wouldn't have something that I wouldn't even feel like I had to spy on you to figure out what's going on. I can tell that you're not 100% here. You come and go in and out of my life. And Virgo came to the conclusion, you're a cheat. Let's let him respond to this for a second, right? Because that, on one hand, like if we were just going to split hairs on it, that could be, yes, this person was more or less cheating because there was some Queen of Swords sideways. But again, not all things are exactly quite as black and white as that. Let's use the big, universal deck and just say, all right, what's the truest message you could respond to Virgo with? Because Virgo assumed you're cheating. Eight of Cups. They said that's when I walked away. So, did you walk away because you were actually cheating, so you didn't have to face Virgo, or did you walk away because you were mad? Five of Pentacles sideways. I definitely think that they felt really cold. They felt Prince of Cups. Virgo said you were cheating, and you said, I walked away from Virgo because that made me feel so out in the cold. But it's like, but I wanted to give Virgo my whole cup. See, I think that they never explained what their scenario was. Let me just ask, were you actually cheating? I mean, that's what Virgo thinks of you. And then you walk away instead of stand there and explain and defend. They are, okay, now they're like, no, I needed to take full charge of things, and I should have just explained the whole scenario to Virgo. I should have turned around and said, that is not what's happening, Virgo. Let me explain all of this. Instead, I think that they got embarrassed because there was stuff that they should have told Virgo and they didn't. And when Virgo said, I just figured it out, didn't I? You're a cheat. They just ran for the hills. When now they're like, what I should have done was just face Virgo and lay every detail out because it's not what Virgo thought. Well, yeah, no kidding. You should have explained that. Come on. I should have made sure that I took off the mask. This is that Knight of Wands again. This is the card of cheating. I should have absolutely revealed everything so Virgo could see, I'm not cheating, Virgo. You're the one that I want. You're my 10 of Cups. Maybe my life is messy, but I'm 100% true with you. I'm coming toward you because I want to be with you. But yes, there is some kind of a third party. It's just that it's not exactly a cheating scenario. I know. How could you have a third party and not have it be cheating? Like I said, there's a gray area here. There's something, obviously. He says sacred circles. Maybe this is a situation where they were technically still married to somebody else, and that person still needed to stay on their insurance or something because they were ill. And it's like, I live a separate life, or I could live a completely separate life other than, yes, Virgo, this person for a certain amount of time is still going to be somebody that technically it looks like I'm still with them, even though I could put a clear delineation between them and you and I. This is what they should have said. Instead, this all ended up as Virgo says, oh, you're just a cheater. And then they ran for the hills because they were so they had no business being all sad over this when they're the ones who messed it up with Virgo. I'm sorry, I do not love this message at all, but sorry, I have to weigh in. And look, characters make mistakes, right? And that is that if Virgo wants to know how has this person been suffering over the mistakes that they made with Virgo, hell yes, they have been. They wish so much though that they could like forget all this, and that part I really don't like. Because I would think that they should just be focused on, I've got to fix this, especially because I made Virgo hurt. I don't know that they know how to handle the fact that they hurt Virgo. Why don't you know how to, or why is your first instinct like not to help Virgo? Or maybe I should reframe it. A card has fallen. I just don't know what it is yet. Maybe instead I should say, in regards to the betrayal that Virgo felt, what's your response to that? Two of Sacred Circles. They're kind of trying to say, I'm devastated. I'm hurt over Virgo. I feel the exact same emotions that Virgo feels because Virgo was my divine counterpart. They're the ones that I've been wrapped up in this figure eight for the rest of my life. I'm never going to be okay without my Virgo. So any pain that Virgo feels, trust me, I feel too. Almost like they're saying this situation was out of my control as well, and I was trying to deal with it the best I could. But I asked, how do you handle the fact that Virgo feels betrayed and heartbroken? And they're like, I feel all of that same heartbreak. I haven't ever not felt the exact same way. Then why'd you run away instead of run toward Virgo? Seven of Sacred Circles. In their mind, either they decided, because the only way I could really fix this is if my life finally is organized and then I can offer something real to Virgo to say, see, I had to prove to you I really did have good intentions. Or this is saying, I had to grow up enough to be able to face this. Look, they were steeped in disappointment and sorrow. They have been out in the cold without Virgo themselves. They have been wanting to love Virgo all this time, but this whole running away thing, instead of facing the fact that they started this problem by not being completely straightforward. Then when Virgo called them out for shady behavior, and Virgo assumed, from what I can tell, you're a cheat. And then they didn't contest that. They just stayed away and felt really bad inside. To me, that's the thing that I'm like, ugh, I really have a problem with that in this story. But hey, it's not my story. It doesn't matter. It's just, I can't help but say they got a lot to fix in this. But now, of all times, it is the time for them to fix all of this. And they know it with that Eight of Wands. They know this. Let me just ask, character, are you at that point where you can see the entirety of this? Prince of Swords, look, he's like this close to like rushing in and just handling things. He's this close. I do think that he tends to maybe he made swift decisions, maybe made a swift decision to fall for Virgo and a swift decision to like say, well, I blew it with Virgo, they think I'm a cheat now. And they don't really think through their processes very well. Right now, he's about to come racing into Virgo, which honestly, in this case, I'm like, the faster the better. It looks like they're literally, I mean, Virgo could hear from this person almost immediately. And it's like not even they have prepared what they're going to say. They just know that Virgo is a part of their life. Virgo is somebody that they're going to have to, I don't think they have a pretty speech prepared. I don't think it's anything like that. It's just, I've got to start rebuilding these blocks with Virgo if I can possibly open up dialogue. Because this is like, I just have to talk to you. I have to talk to you. I have to talk to you. Like that's how this comes across to me, is this person is just, they can't handle it anymore. That pounding in their head is like, I can't help it. I've got to talk to Virgo now. All right, I'm going to leave this here. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing.